What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Ben Thomas Show. Thanks for coming back. Guys, I've been away on a work trip for the last couple days, and I gotta say, the Hot Toys Artisan Bucky Barnes or Winter Soldier came out while I was gone, and I was so excited until I realized I missed the window of opportunity to put one in my collection. So I've got some thoughts about not only the figure itself and how it's looking like it's turning out in proto stage, but also this strategy that Hot Toys keeps banking on, and I freaking hate it. So guys, stick around. If you like the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show, and let's get into it.
I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Ben Thomas.
Go time! Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Okay, everybody, welcome back. So I announced at the beginning of this video that I'm pissed with regards to how this figure was announced. Because to be honest, let's call it like it is. Hot Toys, we've all been asking for an updated Winter Soldier for quite a long time. And while I definitely thought, especially with that tease we saw not that long ago, that we would definitely get the Artisan figure, and we kind of all knew that was coming, but I was expecting with Artisan that we would get a chance to have a sculpted version as well as the Artisan, just like we've seen with many of the other options. And so far, it looks like that is not the case. But what do I think about this figure first and foremost? And then we're going to get into some of those things that are frustrating me a little bit. And I'm curious if you guys are feeling the same. So let's talk about this likeness. Does this look like Sebastian Stan? Yeah, I do think it does. I've seen some people saying it looks like he's a Neanderthal. I've seen some people saying it looks like Tom Cruise. I think the issue here is the hairline. I gotta say, while of course Artisan is, classically kind of talking up their ability to do this, implantation hair, it still feels to me like it's mostly just glued in. And right here, right at the forehead line, it's wrong. Every time I see a photo of Sebastian Stan, it rounds over his brow as opposed to being so across like this. So I think that's part of it. Now, the other aspect here that I was expecting to see was some of the black eye makeup, because he does have it in the film, and it would hide a little bit more. It would actually, in my opinion, make him look like he's got a better likeness. I've seen Renz Talentino out there with a picture that he's modified to show that very look, and I think it looks better, to be sure. Now, the funny part here is that this guy also comes with 3 different looks, so I guess if you don't love the likeness, you can kind of hide it with the face mask and the goggles, but I wouldn't necessarily risk it on mine. I'd be worried that I'd end up actually damaging the face, and then as a result, you'd almost want to put in the black eye makeup. So while I appreciate that he comes with 3 different looks, I don't think it's necessary, but I really do think it's the hairline and the brow ridge that is lost here just a little bit. But I will still say, when people out there in the community and collectors say, well, who the hell is that? That's not Bucky Barnes. I gotta push back on that a little bit. We've seen worse sculpts who people celebrate more, and I don't think this is that bad. I definitely see it here, and it is a noticeable improvement in the likeness from the past version. It's also a noticeable improvement in the body proportions. They look a lot better. The traps are a lot better. The arm makes a lot more sense. I love that they're using this metal-like material. I'll be curious to see if that's just like painted. Is it going to chip over time? But the fact that they've given you an interchangeable look, I think is pretty cool, so that you can get that seamless, option there on the figure, as well as having the bent, gun arm pose, which I think is also great. Do I feel worried about that arm? No. Am I disappointed it's not die-cast? A little bit, but I also think the die-cast would have made it too heavy and wouldn't have made sense, so I get why they didn't do it. I think the Hydra base here is pretty freaking cool. I love they kind of branched out a little bit and gave us something, I haven't seen necessarily before. I'd have to take a look back to see if the original version had that or not, but I can't recall from my thoughts there. I think the weaponry looks good. Looks all really well painted. I definitely see Bucky in this figure. Now I gotta move on to the pain points though, because I got a lot of pain points. The number 1 pain point, I hate the fact that with Artisan, I know they want these to be limited. I know that's what gets the juices flowing for collectors sometimes, when you've got something in your collection that not everybody has. That's awesome. Except for a character that everybody seems to want. And I'm getting sick of paying upwards of $500 for figures that I want, for characters that I love. Why did this not come with a sculpted version? That's a missed opportunity. And I think Hot Toys sculpting lately on the hair looks pretty freaking good. I think about my TVA Loki, and that's got one of the best hair sculpts I've ever seen on a figure. So there's no reason why they could not have done that for this, so that the people who didn't get the Artisan could still get the fucking character.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
And I apologize for my French there, but let's be honest. That's how I'm feeling, and I know a lot of you guys out there who got stuck in the sideshow window, who got booted out, and for all the reasons that you couldn't get your hands on one, like me, who was stuck on a work trip without internet, so I didn't even have the opportunity to get in the line for this. And now what? It's just gone? That's it? That's my only opportunity? Right? That's it? I don't like that. I really hope that Hot Toys hears feedback like this from my channel and from other channels out there that say, guys, like, give at least a 3-day window. Give it a 3-day window. That way people can put their money where their mouth is. If they say they want it, they have an opportunity to lock it in. And then once the window closes, that's it. It's done. That would still make it a limited item without having people pissed that they missed it. Why limit the ability to make money on this as a business? It doesn't even make sense to me. There's so many collectors like me who would want it. And the other thing that really pissed me off about the line system for this is that Sideshow and Hot Toys allowed for collectors to put both versions in their basket, the special edition and the non-special edition. And I didn't really realize that Artisan was going to have a special edition and non-special edition. It's like, it's already the premium version, is it not? Why is it not fully the special edition? Makes no sense. But people could collectively capitalize on that and get both SKUs? That doesn't make sense, especially when these are limited numbers and we don't have a window to take advantage of. So I personally think that is something that needs to be addressed. Now, maybe you say, well, Ben, you snooze, you lose. Happen to be on a work trip, happen to be in an office meeting, happen to be at your kid's birthday party. If you're not on the website all the time, or you don't know exactly when the window is supposed to come out, then you're screwed. Then I guess I'm screwed. But again, I was out of internet, so what could I do? You know, these figures are progressively getting more expensive. They're progressively making that point of entry a tougher nut to swallow. You know, I like seeing that Artisan is actually giving us leather material here. I think that's good. And the rolling eye system, you know, in more and more figures, I think is an absolutely welcomed piece of the pie. It's also interesting to me to see that they're doing a lot more magnetic bases yet, but I haven't seen many collectors actually get those in hand from Hot Toys yet, so I'll be curious to see if that works out.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
But overall, I went on this roller coaster of emotion with this one. Because again, as a collector and a community member, and somebody who is not an influencer, I don't have all the best connections, I don't get figures first, I don't get any of that stuff. I was excited to see that finally a character that I've been waiting on for years, one that I missed years and years ago, was finally back. And I can't even put it in the collection. I can't even give them my money? It makes no sense to me, guys. It makes literally no sense at all. So I'd love to hear from you, because I'm sure that my passion for this today may create a bit of a split decision on this video. Some of you guys may say, well, again, Ben, you snoozed, you lose. That's the way she goes. And others of you out there are just like me, frustrated with the fact that this was one that you're now going to have to look for on a secondary market. Now, there's always those people who do pre-order and then abandon that pre-order. When the time comes to finally spend the money, they back out. So I still did put myself on the Sideshow waitlist, and I'm going to see if I end up getting the conversion. I did that for Jack Sparrow Artisan, and I got one. There's definitely a possibility that I'll still get this down the line, but I don't want to have to bank on that. So what do I do now? I guess I just stay. a little frustrated. But it is a pretty cool looking figure. I will say that anybody who got one, I am happy for you folks that you were not on a work trip like me. But thanks for being patient for the video today, guys. I just had to give you my fiery take because it was burning me up while I was on the plane and thinking about it and looking at all the cool pictures. The likeness here, I would give it about an 8 out of 10. I think that there's definitely tweaks and improvements that can be made, and I'll be happy to see what this looks like in the final. I'm a little nervous about that though, because I will say that I thought the Jack Sparrow Artisan looked amazing when the pre-order and the, prototype photos came out, and then I thought that it softened a little bit. So I would hate to see this one soften more, because I think it would then put it in a category of not appealing for the price. Let's hope they give us some kind of improvement tweaks over the next couple months here to see what this is going to finally look like. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Sorry for the passion on the F-bomb today, but I had to share with you guys how I really felt. So guys, if you liked the video, hit the like button, smash the subscribe if you're new to the Ben Thomas Show. I'm gonna go rest because it's been a long work week, but I can't wait to talk to you guys on the next one. Have an awesome rest of your weekend, everybody.
Wow, what a great audience. Be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because subscribing makes you feel good.
Where shall I go? What shall I do?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
It's gone. It's all gone.